Lebanon has made another desperate plea for financial assistance at a summit in Dubai. Donors, including Saudi Arabia and the European Union, have promised billions of dollars in aid, but it remains frozen on the condition that Beirut carry out major political and economic reforms. The country has now been without a president for 5 months, with Parliament unable to agree on a candidate. To talk more about that, we're joined by independent commentator Nervana Mahmoud. Great to see you again, Nervana. So let's talk about what's happening here with Lebanon. Western regional allies are actually threatening to review all ties, as they put it, with Beirut unless it can agree on a president. Is this threat going to be enough for the Lebanese lawmakers to get their act together?
Thanks, Laura. I wouldn't take it as a threat. I take it as part of the negotiation to reach a deal. In what Lebanon called the kitchen. The kitchen is where they are trying to reach, and they always have been trying to reach, a political agreement in a country with a very delicate balance of power. First of all, today is the 18th anniversary of the assassination of Rafiq Hariri, a leader who rebuilt Lebanon after civil war, and unfortunately justice has not been done for his murder yet. His son is back in Lebanon, so you don't know what is happening behind the closed doors. And also in the background of the Paris summit, when France invited the 5 powers who issued the threat, the United States, France, Saudi Arabia, Qatar and Egypt. And interestingly, that summit happened on the 6th of February, and it didn't release a final statement, which a lot of observers saw it as still the keeping the doors open for negotiation. After the death of Hariri, Lebanon have collapsed. And like we say in Egypt, those who destroyed are sitting on top of the rubble. But with one difference, that they are not even sitting on top of the rubble. They are hiding underneath the rubble and trying to pull a best deal for them.
And so the political situation very much in disarray, as you pointed out, Nervana. At the same time, no one from the IMF to the World Bank to European countries seem willing to lend Lebanon the money that it desperately needs. What do you think that donors are most concerned about?
They're concerned about accountability. They're concerned about stability. They're concerned about that the country have reached a level unprecedented before of weakness of the state. The bank sectors in Lebanon, which used to be the pride of Lebanon, is in stalemate. There is a lot of names for the president nomination. And unfortunately, the camp of Hezbollah and Iran have a candidate, Sulaiman Frangieh, but is not being, obviously the others are not happy with that. And a lot of other names happening, being suggested, including the head of the army, Joseph Aoun, as a neutral candidate. But up till now, it seems to be unsuccessful. So lenders will not offer their money until they see some sign that this country will be functioning and promise to return all its debt.
Is there a glimmer of light in what is off the coast of Lebanon? That is the gas reserves. You've got Qatari and French energy firms already lining up to start drilling. Could this save the economy?
In theory, you are right. But in reality, that won't happen unless the mediation succeeds between the pro-Iran camp and their opponent in Lebanon. Qatar, a lot of observers see it as one of those who are favor some sort of compromise between Iran camp and the Saudi Arabia Egypt camp. If you remember, I'm sure you are, in 2008, Qatar mediated all the parties in Lebanon, and they reached a deal to elect a new president. But that was in 2008, when Lebanon, with the standard of today, looked far, far better. Will the Qataris manage to negotiate a deal? Or want to negotiate a deal, at least to make the gas deal work in help for them and for Lebanon? It remains to be seen. Up till now, all the options are on the table, and the kitchen is very cluttered, and nobody knows what is going to happen soon.